Okay. Yeah, sorry. In the last class, actually, we discussed about overloading and overriding concepts. Okay, and most probably you guys are now aware of overloading and overriding concepts, right? So let us go for the polymorphism. Okay, which internally, you'll be able to relate now what is polymorphism and what exactly it does. Okay, so you guys have already known, already knows about the um, overloading concept and overriding concept, right? So it would be like very easy now, to understand the polymorphism. Okay, so in the real life example, I just took an example of moon. Okay, so it can be, so the view that you see, from the earth, actually, to the moon, actually it will be different for every, depending on the time, right? Every 15 days, you'll see a different kind of moon, okay, in the different shapes, or you can say it as phases of moon, right? So in the same way, in the object-oriented programming also, the polymorphism is a way, that it can perform a single action in different ways. So I think, if you guys remember, we are doing the single action like addition or sum of two numbers, sum of three numbers, and sum of four numbers. So something like that, we have done it when we are doing overloading, right? So we took some examples over there. Yeah, similarly, that's what the polymorphism is like. We are performing a same single action, okay, but with different kind of ways, okay. So that we call it as polymorphism. So in let us like in Java, polymorphism can be viewed as things capability of methods to do different things, okay. So we already like based on the object that it is acting upon, okay. So I think if you guys remember the last example that we check on overloading and overriding concepts, exactly the same, okay. Polymorphism is nothing but overriding and overloading, okay. So I think method overloading falls into polymorphism,
So,
okay. Hello. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I heard somebody, so that's why. Yeah. So method overloading falls into polymorphism as it allows us to define a thing and use it in different manners. Yeah. So yeah. So I just given some comments over here because in the polymorphism, I know we were thinking about method overloading now, but what about overriding? Actually, overriding is also part of polymorphism. Okay, allows us to the same method in different ways. So that method overloading and method overriding are part of polymorphism. Okay, so yeah, let us go for the next one. One second. Yeah, so can you check like what exactly the polymorphism is? Okay, one second, let me do. Okay, just a second. Yeah. Okay, so we are here. So I think you guys have already. Yeah, a way to perform a single action within different ways. Yes, that is correct. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is what we are saying. Polymorphism, it's which is divided into couple of couple of types. Okay, that is static polymorphism and the dynamic polymorphism. Okay, what we say static polymorphism. Static polymorphism is also known as a compile time polymorphism. Okay, is achieved through the method overloading. Okay, so I think you guys already know about method overloading. Public static void don't overload me, and public static void don't overload me with the parameter. So we are trying to overload this method, okay, with the with a no parameter and with the parameter over here. Okay, so this kind of overloading is called as static polymorphism. So what exactly it does, right? At the compile time, why we say it as compile time, right? So so at the compile time, Java will know that on which method it has to invoke, depending on the signatures. Okay, so that's why it is known as the compile time polymorphism. So Java decides that, okay, at what time, like when we compile. Okay, so Java knows which method to invoke by checking the method signatures. Thus it is known as compile time polymorphism. Okay, so every method overloading operation ultimately is a polymorphism, just like the other one. Okay, so dynamic polymorphism, yes, dynamic polymorphism is also called as overriding. Okay, so dynamic polymorphism is the runtime polymorphism. Okay, so in case of method overriding, okay, we were the method to call is determined at runtime, because we if you remember, we always create a object of child class or the parent class, and with that reference only we used to call, okay, the method, right? Like, let's say, if you want to get the parent class, okay, method, we have to pass the reference of the parent object, right? So that where you actually decide, so where you are deciding, when you're creating the object. Okay, runtime. Okay, so that's why this is called as runtime polymorphism. So, okay, hope it is clear. Okay, in case of dynamic polymorphism, where exactly it goes, like it's a compile time or it is runtime. Okay, thank you. Runtime, right? Okay, yeah. So, yep, it is like, very, very useful. Okay, very useful in Java polymorphism. Okay, so many places that you're gonna use these concept. Okay, overloading and overriding. Okay, so overloading and overriding. Okay, extending classes all contribute to polymorphism in the end. Okay, so yeah, remember these concepts. Okay, these are going to help you guys, when you are doing a project. Okay, in real time. So many places actually we use this overloading and overriding concepts. Okay, so let us see, what exactly we'll learn. Okay, method overloading it is a static polymorphism or it is a dynamic polymorphism. Pressing. Yeah, yeah. Okay. It is a static polymorphism. That's correct. And yeah, so guys can just check this code and let me know, like, whether the above snippet, displays polymorphism or not. Just tell me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think you guys have already seen that. Okay, one second. So let me explain. Okay. So, okay. So what we have animal class and it is saying hello as a method. Okay, it doesn't have any parameters, and we have kangaroo class. Okay, extends animal. Okay, it is also saying hello, but yeah, we have overridden the logic whatever we have it under the inside the method of say hello. Okay, so it is printing with a different now. So okay, so it definitely qualifies the polymorphism. Okay, what polymorphism it qualifies? Actually, it qualifies the runtime polymorphism, right? Yeah, runtime polymorphism, and yeah, let's see now. Yeah, okay. Let me go to the next one. Okay, so if you just think, a real world example. Okay, so it is like man is a husband, a father, a son, a brother, and an employee. A real world example of polymorphism. So you see them like, in a different views, right? Okay. And they perform these actions, right? Whether it is really looking like a polymorphism or not. Okay. So it's true, correct? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what is polymorphism, right? We learned about polymorphism. So what we have static polymorphism and dynamic polymorphism. Okay. And the static polymorphism and dynamic polymorphism, you already are aware, static polymorphism falling under method overloading. Okay. And dynamic polymorphism, at runtime, you can say, polymorphism, which we can achieve through method overriding. Okay. So I think, these are the three concepts that we learn, under the polymorphism. Okay, let's go directly to the abstraction. Okay. What is abstraction, right? Okay. Yeah, abstraction is nothing but, okay. So let us consider that you are driving a car. Okay. You are, while driving, you accelerate, you apply brakes, and you shift gears. You do a lot of things. Okay. Right. You set up your, seat, for your position, and, you do set up your mirrors, to like using whatever the electronic things that you use it, right, to set up everything. So there is lot of internal activity which will happen when you perform these activities, right? Correct. So like what so we are going to discuss that what exactly it is related with an abstraction. Okay. So do you guys ever think like what car engine which produces the energy to move the vehicle ahead? Okay. So how it does and all, right? So do really, 1 second. Okay. So you don't know, right? How it does and all, right? But you just focus on the things that you which is important to you, right? Because the car manufacturers, that they does, like, what exactly it requires for engine, what exactly it requires the power. So they already done it. Okay. So you don't require to worry of those things, but you have to worry that how to drive the car, right? So you have to remember the important stuff which you wanted to do it. Okay. On like driving, or you the steering, and you have to change the, if it is automatic, actually it does its own. Okay, the drive mode and sports mode, and you have to keep those things, remember only those things. You don't require to remember how this engine is performing and how these things are internally doing. So you just remember the important stuff and forget about the background details. That is what actually, the abstraction is. Okay. So if we are making that, we are making, they made a car for us, and forget about all the things inside of it. But you try driving it, and you utilize all the things that you see, and all the things that you see inside, like while you're driving, you use most of the things like cruise and everything. So how it performs, you don't require to know about it. Okay, so you can just utilize it. Okay. So but the thing is, they are hiding much of the things which are not required for you, to understand, and to do with that, right? But the things that you have to really worry about, things that you have really you need to know, they all, they're already exposing that to you, and you have to follow that, and you have to learn that how to drive and how to use all those things, right? So hiding unwanted things, okay, for you, is called literally an abstraction. Okay. So let's see what. Okay, so this is what actually abstraction is: a process of hiding the implementation details from the user and just providing only the functionality. Okay, I'll tell you something. So there are a lot of APIs that gives us, that reduces our work. Okay, in any, in many ways. Okay, so one thing I can just say, like, if you want to read some Excel data, okay, or if you want to read some PDF data, and if you want to recreate an Excel, or if you want to recreate a new PDF file. Okay, so we do have a lot of APIs, okay, which helps us to just read it, and to write it and create a new API, sorry, create a new file from it. Okay, so all these things, they are providing as a form of methods. Okay, right? So those methods, actually, you don't require to worry about it. What you need to worry, when you go and check that method. Okay, let's say you have a read method. So read method, what it does, okay, it will ask you about the file name and the file path. Okay, where it is. That's it. If you give file name and file path, and some cases actually it requires a starting position and ending position, so you have to give them. But most of the things, like, it automatically handles. Okay, so what you do, you just give the path and file name. It is going to give you all the output, from that file, like, is a form of string, as a form of another set of collection, something. Okay, so it is going to give you an output. Okay, so you don't require to worry what exactly it is happening at the inside, right? So they are hiding that particular thing, to the end user. Okay, so that they can just utilize that method, but they don't require to worry about the internal thing. So that way, actually, we call it as an abstraction. Okay. So I already mentioned, right, we are just hiding the background details and just focusing on, the essential ones which are required for the user, right? So yeah, okay. So this can also be viewed, okay, as data hiding or only showing the essential details. Okay, this becomes necessary as not every user has to see or know everything. Okay, so that's why we do have we do that data hiding when we perform, when we write some application, okay, when we create some application. Okay, okay, a person who is using a software does not need, okay, to view the admin panel. Okay, so that's of no use to him. So you are hiding with kind of an abstraction. Okay, you create separate roles, to to check whether this person is really need really have any need to go to the admin screen or not, right? Those kind of things. Okay, you perform internally, right? And you display only the screen saying that which are related to them. Correct. So though this all these things come under abstraction only. Okay, let us see some, okay, small example. Okay, now you might got something, right? What exactly an abstraction is. So can you guys tell, like, uh what are all the options that I can you know consider? Okay, thanks. A lot of people are saying B. Okay, yeah, let us check that. Okay, so B is the right answer. Okay, so we know that, like, it is hiding the background details and just focusing the essential details. Okay, let's go to the next topic. Okay, in the okay, so how we achieve this abstraction, right? In Java. So we have to check on something, correct? How we how we perform, how we can do those things in the abstract. Abstract can be happen over here, right? So yeah, it can be done in two ways. Okay, one is using interfaces, and the next one is abstract classes. Okay, so what is an abstract class, right? Okay, so abstract class is an incomplete class. To use it, we need to extend it. Okay, so when I say incomplete class, what that mean, right? Okay, so just consider now, like, in the abstract classes, okay, we'll be having kind of implemented methods and also declared methods. Okay, so that means some of the methods will not have you know an implementation. Okay, for that, it will be having only the declaration part, okay, in the abstract class. Okay, so when you try to extend that class, you have to definitely implement that abstract method. Okay, that's what I was trying to say something here. Okay, so extending the abstract class makes it complete. Okay, why? Because we are going to implement that declared method. Okay, so an abstract class is declared using abstract keyword. Okay, I'm going to show you one small example that once this is done. Okay, so an abstract class may or may not contain abstract methods. Okay, an abstract method is a method without a body. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. It's a declaration that we do in the abstract class, and later once we extend this abstract class, okay, we are going to implement that method, okay, in our the extended class, like the child class. Okay, so it is only declared in an abstract class and defined in the class which extends the abstract class. Okay, so a class which has at least one abstract method needs to be declared as an abstract class. Okay, so yeah, we will be like we have to declare that abstract keyword. Sorry, we have to use the abstract keyword on the class level, and whenever we have some abstract method inside of it. Okay. Okay, so this is what when you declare a class, okay, class name as abstract. Okay, so this is how it does. Actually, the syntax is public abstract keyword and then class and class name. Okay, so there are no differences while writing a class and an abstract class. The only addition that we take, like we use that abstract keyword, and when you and when you extend this abstract class, right, there is no other extra thing like that you do. We just use that extends keyword as we know earlier. We have done it. So the public class, any class extends the class name. That's it. Okay, so an abstract method, right? We thought of in the definitions we are just checking. We in theory we are just going through. When we going through, actually we are coming under abstract method only, right? Always. So what is an abstract method? So abstract method is a method which only has the declaration of it in the abstract class, and the definition will be overridden. Like I can say the definition can be implemented, okay, in the extended class, like the continued by the child class. Okay, so let us see what exactly it is. So method plus abstract equals to abstract method, right? So how do we write a single method, right? We already know the syntax of the method. Okay, so the one is like abstract method. Okay, sorry, the syntax that you see it here, the public, abstract, and public and abstract, the return type void or in something. Okay, the data type that you are going to put, and method name. So this is how the syntax goes. Okay, and the implementation, I told, like when we declare this, actually we don't require those flower braces. Actually, we just use the semicolon to end that statement. So you are going to declare this. Okay, and the implementation will be done in the extended class, right? So that's what we learn about abstract method. Okay, so abstract classes can be inherited the same way we inherit classes in Java. Is that true? Okay, so where did you learn that? Actually, if you see here, yeah, if you see here, we can extend this abstract class the same way we extend normal classes, right? So abstract classes can be inherited, okay, the same way we inherit classes in Java. That's true. Yes. Okay. So what are the two ways using which abstraction can be implemented? PC, sure. Actually, there are two answers. Okay, so yeah, yeah, the one which I haven't discussed, but I just mentioned, these are the two ways that we can achieve, abstraction. Yeah, CNA, that's correct. Okay, I'm gonna tell about interfaces. Okay, that's for sure. You know, but I don't have any like PPT prepared for that. But I'll tell you. Okay. Next question. So a class containing an abstract method must be declared as abstract. Is that true? Okay. Yeah. I think last question that is this should be. Okay. So which of the following statement? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So let me go there to summarize. Okay. We learned about abstraction. Okay. Abstraction is a process of hiding background details. Okay. And just focusing on the essential details, right? So in Java abstraction, it can be achieved using interfaces and abstract classes. Okay. So while writing an abstract class or an abstract method, we generally use uh, abstract as a keyword. Okay. So an abstract method is a method without a body. That means we just discussed we are going to declare that method. Okay, and we are going to implement that in the extended abstract. In the child class. Okay. Yeah. Sure, Sarita. 1 second. Let me go back. Yeah. So which of the following statements are correct with respect to abstract methods? So yeah, this is the question. Okay, no problem. Okay, so let me go back. Okay, so guys, you haven't installed anything on your systems, right? Like Eclipse and all, correct? So let me just guide you, okay, how to install Eclipse, okay, and then quickly, it won't take 5 minutes, okay. So just go to the Eclipse Arc, okay, eclipse.org. Okay, just click on download. Okay, you can just take the latest version, whatever you see it here, okay. Depending on your, okay, let me click on just download packages. Okay, what is it? Eclipse ID install your desktop ID packages. Okay, yeah, you can go with either. We for now actually we are doing only Java related stuff, so it is okay to just get an IDE which is having enterprise Java and web developers. Okay, just go with that option. If it is Windows, take that Windows, and if it is Linux or if you're using Mac, yeah, just take those different versions and get it installed. Okay, hope you guys already having the JDK installed in your systems, because the in earlier actually I have shared something how to install the Java. Okay, SDK in your local. Okay, so we just wanted to cover something, so that's why I'm just requesting to you guys to just get this Eclipse or Spring tool suite. Anything is fine. Okay, I'm going to show you how to download the Spring tool suite also. So you can either download that or you can either download this. Okay, so this is only for the git commit and push pull. How we do that. Okay, when you are in ID, you don't require to go inside the maven command prompt and then to pull that code and all those things or push. So you don't require to do. Okay, so most probably we can handle them everything from the git git perspective from Eclipse and Spring tool suite. Okay, yeah, I'm going to show that. So that's why I'm just requesting you guys to get installed Eclipse IDE and also Spring tool suite. Okay, yeah, anything is fine. Okay, IntelliJ also, but like we do have only community edition outside. So and yeah, they asked us, like when I was giving this demo to the training, sorry, yeah, the institute, like they asked me to take any of the two tools, because most of the tools are built on top of Eclipse. So if one of the plugin how it works for gate and all, right, you should be having same steps when you go to that different type of IDs. Yeah, anything is fine. Okay, if you have any questions with IntelliJ, like once it is installed, I think you might be having it, but yeah. So when we integrate with Git plugin, so let's see. If you have any questions with that, we can discuss. But yeah, from my side, I'm gonna share with either Eclipse or either STS. Okay, to show how we perform all those Git operations. Okay, yeah. Let me quickly go to Spring tool suite also, STS. Also. Yeah, so just go to Spring Tools, spring.io. Okay, I'm gonna just give this links in Spring tool suite. Yeah. Okay, so you can just download the Spring tool suite from Spring website. Okay, now I think it is Spring Tool 4. Okay, that you can download it. Just go to where is this? Okay, yeah, this one. So yeah, so I'm gonna download this one, Spring Toolsuite 4 for Eclipse. Okay, so you can also download whatever the version that you required, like depending on your OS configurations. Okay, so just clicking on OS Windows. Okay, one second. Okay, so one second. I'm sorry. Actually, this is not the. Let me see. No, it's already there. I think, already extracted it. Might be. Yeah. So just download that from Spring website, and you'll see a folder which is getting created, STS 4.17. And under this, I think, you'll be having all the, you know, um, the ID of STS. Okay. So yeah, we are going to connect the public repositories, to commit, do, perform all those operations, Git related operations. Yeah, yeah. I think, this week we are going to cover them. Okay. Yeah, before that, tomorrow I'm going to cover all the collections related things. And yeah, I will just take an example for now, what exactly it is. One second. Okay, so once you extract that, okay, you'll see a folder STS 4.1.7, and this, it will, you can see the Spring Tool Suite. Okay, Spring Tool Suite 4. Okay, just keep it ready with you, get it installed and keep it ready, before the tomorrow class. Okay, so we'll try, working on some of the examples, and, we'll check on, few things. Okay, so let me show you something. Okay, one, as we have another 10 minutes. Okay, so I'll show you one small example. Okay, how the Java code is like. Okay, if you see here, I just mentioned like one example program that will show like how the programming concepts are getting changed by version. And when you think about this logic previously, and how the abstraction is playing a very big role, okay, to achieve all these things, right? So I had like, just one small example I had it. Okay, if you're trying to merge two arrays. Okay, so there are many ways that we do it. Okay, how to merge them. But I just wanted to cover this after the collection program, because I haven't discussed anything about the collections today. Actually, I had a plan, but I did not get time to prepare that PPT. Okay, so tomorrow it will be definitely done, and then I can just give all those whatever we are having here. So tomorrow we are going to complete up to this 10 points. Actually, we are going to complete everything in the next class, tomorrow's class. And from starting from next day, we are going to work on this, the second slide, the Git and uh, you know in the real environment, how the things are going to work, how you perform. We will be talking about all those things from the next day. Okay, tomorrow we'll be having those things, but from the next day, actually, we're going to cover all these concepts. Okay, so one second, let me show you that program. Okay, just for. Yeah, hope you guys are able to see it. Okay, so yeah, this is a very simple program. Okay, merge arrays. Okay, so merge arrays, like I do have a couple of arrays over here. This is the first way. Okay, we generally do. Okay, when we start programming, actually we think about, mostly we think about the first way. Okay, most of the people. Okay, so a word int, I have two integer arrays. Okay, that's what I can say now. This is the int array, and which contains some numbers in it. Okay, 1 2 3 4 and 5 6 7 8. So what we are trying to do it here, right? We were trying to merge these two arrays into one. So that means A and B will be having in one array. Okay, so what I've done, actually, I'm gonna calculate. So this the size of these two arrays, okay, int A and B, and depending on the size of it, actually I'm going to create a new array, okay, with the same length. Okay, that is target array. So that means it will be having entire, the numbers whatever you see in this array and this array. So the size of the target array will be the size of these two arrays, right? So that's what I have done it. And then I just started traversing from position 0 to that position 0, for for each loop, and I'm gonna retrieve all the every position element, and I'm just going to pull that element into the new target array. Okay, so once the array is empty, actually this loop will end, and the next one, actually I'm gonna start with target position. The position will not be changed. Okay, so because it is like it will be around 5. Okay, fifth position, oh sorry, fourth position. Okay, in the fourth position we are going to start merge the B array 5 6 7 8. So when you print that, right, you are going to get this as 1 2 3 4 5, right? So this is one way, okay, that we do it regularly. You don't require to you're just showing everything, what is the logic that you are doing. You are writing everything step by step. And sorry, which topic details, Mahalakshmi? Okay, I can share that. Okay, yeah, yeah, I'll share this PPT in the group itself today. Okay, okay, yeah, sorry, yeah. So yeah, this is very a regular way that we do it. So now if you see this code, you can see what exactly we were performing and how this merge is happening. Everybody can say when they see this, right? Okay, so why can't we apply some an abstraction, okay, on this? What exactly it is happening. We don't require to do it, but it has to perform the things, right? Whatever we need. Okay, so let us check the second way. The second way is like, we have array copy method, okay, which is from the java.lang package. And it is a method of system class. I think you guys have already aware where we use system class, right? We used the system class while we are printing something in the console. Okay, so yeah, so how we do, right? We are just going to perform this array copy. Array copy is having a very good syntax, okay, which tells you what exactly you have to give that input. So I told you, right, the same way when we are discussing about abstraction. Okay, so abstraction is that you don't require to worry what exactly happening behind of it. You need to worry what you are seeing. Okay, you have to understand that. So array copy is the method that will perform your action, okay, which will merge your arrays, okay, into two. But how it does, you have to give that input, right? The input is something. Okay, if you see here, array copy, the first one which is expecting source array, which array I wanted to merge, okay, which array I need to push it, okay, and which position I need to start from. Okay, what is the target array where I need to store all these array values, and from in the target where I need to start. Okay, it's a zeroth position. Okay, on till which point I think I need to store all these details. So you have to just give that array dot length, a dot length. So if you just mouse over to array copy, so if you see here, the source says array copy object source, like a is our source and source position. So 0 is our source position, and the destination is object. Okay. Hey, um, hey, one second. Okay, just give me a second. Yeah, sorry for that. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I was just saying that system.array copy. Okay. So we were just having this array copy method, and okay, yeah. So object destination, int destination position, and int length. So the same way we were just given that input to it, and it is going to give you the output. Okay. So it is going to merge that into the target one. And the same way, I have used the same method again, to merge the B array to target one. So, and where to start, you see a different thing, right? A dot length. So, why I have given a dot length, because it already filled with the four positions, okay, with the A array. And, I need to start that position, right, from here, right, after the a dot length. So I have just given a dot length, and then b dot length will be having four iterations again, right? So it is going to copy all those b related data to target one. So once you print the target one, you'll see all the merge of two arrays, which will be displayed on the screen. Okay, this is one way. And there is one more way, that third way, that we use collections. Okay, we have as list and add all methods. Anything you can use it. Okay, it is going to perform the same operations to you. Okay, to merge these arrays. Okay, so these are different type of ways, okay, which Java introduced, based upon its versions. Okay, so like we do have all these things, okay, depending. Okay, sorry. Yeah, as list, right? Here. Okay. So yeah, I have another two arrays. Okay. So how we are going to, add this one, right? So what we are doing it with the two methods. Okay. So you are going to convert the existing array to a list. Okay. Okay. And in the list, okay. So you are just going to call this arrays method, arrays class dot as list, okay, of b1. So what it does, right? Actually, you have this list which is already having a1, and after that a1, okay, you are adding a as a list, for the b1. Okay, so a1 b1 is our new arrays, okay, which are separately done, and using as list, actually you're converting that a1 as a list. Okay, and whatever a1 data is having, you already have that in the list. Okay, now, and what I'm doing now, list dot add all is a method that you can add a collection to the existing list. So what I've done, actually just clicked list dot add all. Okay, arrays that as list of b1. Okay, so it's going to convert as a list the b1, and then it is going to add that to the list. Okay, now what we have done, we just yeah, now what we have done, we just use system.out.println, and I'm just tried array dot to string, and I'm just printing that everything to on the screen. Okay. So the last option, right, it has many ways, but I have just designed this into the four different types, depending on the revolutionary changes from Java. Okay, so till here, actually we were doing multiple lines, right, like you are performing, but when it is under the streams, okay, so they have done so much of abstraction. Okay, when we have the streams, okay, so this is the only line which does everything for you. Okay, and here array3 colon add. Okay, so array3, this one, it is going to perform, it will be having your all all like everything inside that. Okay, so let me try to run that once again. Okay, so this I can tell you after telling you what is the stream and all. So I'm going to cover that tomorrow, and then I'll come back here and I'll explain you guys. Okay, so because it will create some confusion. Okay, so let me just run this application. Okay, array 4, right? One second, let me do something. Mm, stream list and I copy. Okay, let me run now. Okay, you'll understand. Okay, so yeah, this is our first type. Okay, we just done that for loop and all, and pull that into one target array. So in the array copy, it gives the same output, and in the as list, actually, it is giving the same output. Okay, so why we have this one 1 2 3 4. Okay, might be I have a system dot out dot printer for 2 dot string. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so here, right, in the stream, actually we were checking the length of array 4, and I can check for array 3 as well. So, and then I'm just trying to print 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay. Okay, so just ignore these things. Okay, I just added for to just verify myself, like how the toString is giving all those numbers. Okay, and yeah, so if you see here the stream, and we are just giving that length, we are getting that length. Okay, and one second. Yeah, so length is 8, and it merged those values into one array. Okay, so this is how it does. Okay, there are a lot of things that we can still utilize. Okay, without writing this much big code. Okay, we can still utilize those methods, whatever Java provide or different API provides. Okay, so these things actually we have to learn. Okay, we when you are trying to write a code, right? I just a small example, small tip. Okay, when you are trying to write some code, just think about, like somebody might already completed this. Okay, and it might be there in our API. Okay, if you want to use that API, just try to search that. Okay, in a different way, like what are all the APIs that we use it. Okay, to merge these arrays. Okay, so you'll get so many suggestions. Okay, like if we have an internal, or if you have any API which is already implemented, you'll definitely get those suggestions. Okay, before implementing or before writing some code, just do that as a first step, and find out which API which already provided that. So if we use that, find out the advantages and disadvantages for it, and then start writing that code. Okay, so which will give you lot of in this way, actually you will find out a lot of things. Okay, first one is, actually it will be an efficient way of doing the code, because you are not duplicating it, you are utilizing the existing API things. Okay, and the second one is, like if you don't write much code, right? So the thing, like you don't do much mistakes in that code. Okay, so it will give you a robust program, so which will have very less lines to understand, and any ways, like if something is adding to that method in future, you don't require to change anything from your side. Okay, if you just like Java is doing some changes the method that you used it. Okay, so there won't be much impact for your classes. Okay, you just need to recompile that, okay, with the new version. That's it. Okay, until unless if you use something strictly, you have to do some changes. Yes, that might be happen, but yeah, it will not. Okay, so many times actually Java upgraded it, but we never we have never done any kind of changes that we are utilizing so many methods from Java Lang API and Java util API and everything, right? Every util package, sorry, Lang package and everywhere. Okay, we were using lot of methods, but we haven't done any changes while the usage of it. Okay, so remember that when you guys do a code, okay, try to check, try to verify where exactly whether this kind of logic was already done by somebody else. Okay, find out that API and try to use that APIs instead of writing a the number of huge lines of code. Okay. Okay, that's all for today. Okay, I'm gonna cover all those topics, tomorrow, like the collections and a touch of threads and parallel processing. Okay, with an example. Okay, so yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. Okay, but be ready with that, Eclipse and our STS tomorrow. Yeah, thank you, Akhil, and thank you, Anurag, for conforming. So thanks. Okay, in that case, yeah, I'm gonna wind up here. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.